Welcome. This presentation was created to give you an overview of what Irving STEAM Magnet has to offer. We're a grade 6 through 8 school, and we have under 700 students. Our school is a whole magnet school. All students in our school are part of the Irving STEAM Magnet program. In addition, we also do offer dual language immersion program, which we'll talk about in a little bit. If you live 5 miles away from Irving, you may qualify for free LAUSD transportation. Our student population is currently 654 students. We never really go over the 700, 800 mark. This gives us the opportunity to get to know all students individually and give them attention and opportunities and expose them to different types of project-based learnings that we do on campus. We believe creativity is the new literacy. And what this means is if students come to school excited because they're going to be able to create or take part in a class that they're excited about, they're most likely to be engaged in all their classes. Our curriculum is based on activating both sides of the brain. So we have the logical side of the brain, the one that analyzes, does the computing, budgeting, and then there's the other side of the brain, which is the creative side of each and every one of us that is attracted to music, art, colors, feelings. And so what we do is we provide activities and classes that create lessons that engage students and activate both sides of the brain. I always tell students that when they're playing video games, they're like really engaged because both sides of the brain are activated. One side is trying to solve the problem, trying to reach the goal, trying to, master the level. And then the other side of them is their own unique way of executing this. The same thing happens when they're playing an instrument. The logical side is trying to remember the notes. And then there's the creative side, which is the way you deliver that music to your audience. And our electives give that opportunity for students to be creative and actively engaged. And then this transfers into their core classes, which also follow the same type of philosophy and curriculum. We have over 26 electives to choose from. Our electives are under the science and engineering branch and visual and performing arts. And we also have our life skill classes. Our students can choose 2 of the 26 electives that we have on screen. We have introduction to robotics, competition robotics, and we have students who come in the 6th grade, and by the 2nd semester, they're already invited to be part of the competition robotics, which is a robotics team. We have design and modeling, which is introduction to engineering, and where students learn how to think like an engineer and how to execute complex project-based learning assignments. We also have introduction to race challenge and competition race challenge, which are advanced radio remote control cars, and where students learn mechanical engineering and what it takes to create a business. We have coding, advanced coding, which go into gaming and game programming. And in gaming and programming and in coding, students learn the language of computers, and they learn how to create apps, websites, games. They learn the whole history behind creating a video game. It's not just what you see on the screen, but everything that was done before it became an actual reality. And then recently we added Minecraft. And when students hear Minecraft, they automatically think, oh, we get to play Minecraft. In Minecraft, they learn architectural design, and they also learn different aspects of science and how it's incorporated into developmental plans when you start building, when you decide you're going to build a building or a monument. And so there's a lot of architectural design that goes into this class, as well as how to develop the technology to create games like Minecraft. We have VexIQ, which is a Lego-based robotics program, and then Flight in Space. Flight in Space and VexIQ are one year class taught by semester. Then we have our introduction to art and advanced art, and where students learn different forms of art that then transfers to graphic design, and where students can learn using Photoshop, Adobe Cloud, and they create our e-news online student-centered newsletter. We also have animation class, and where students learn how to create their own animations. Yearbook, film appreciation and film production. When film appreciation, students will learn how to analyze films in depth and how they're made. And in film production, they will start creating their own film and learning the whole production aspect of the film industry. We have a dance, advanced dance, competition dance. And it doesn't matter if your child doesn't have any experience, they can still take the course and be in competition dance within a semester. Because what our instructors do is if they see that there's a passion to learn a specific subject, they give students the opportunity to move on and move forward, even if they're in a beginning class. The same thing happens with music. We have band, string, orchestra, and piano. For students interested in the dual language program, we have Spanish 2 and 3 as their elective. And for students wanting to learn Spanish, we have our new Introduction to Spanish course. We have leadership and peer counseling for students who are in the 8th grade. Our Irving robotics team is a 3-time California state champion. Our Irving lab is one of the most fully stocked robotics labs in LAUSD. Our students have access to all different kinds of materials and technology so they can design, create, and program their robots so that they can be part of competitions. Our students compete with high school students because of the type of robots that they are creating. In 2019 at the VEX Nationals, they ranked 8th place in the country, and they've made 3 appearances in the World Championships for robotics VEX. Our students might come in to our school with no robotics background whatsoever, but they'll take Introduction to Robotics and Design Modeling together because they're 1-semester courses, and they're invited to start being part of the team. And students pick up the skills rapidly because they're given the tools, they're exposed to the different programs that they're using at the high school, college level, and students just become really excited about it and become part of our team. I'd like to show you a clip of one of the competitions and where our students attended. Our students are in the blue. Our students are competing with high school students in this race. And in this competition, every year the challenge changes. So this year, students had to create a robot that would pick up these items and then toss them to their opponent's side. And so students create their designs and they program them. So you can see we have 2 drivers for this team, and I'll let you enjoy the competition.
All right. Go Bears! You're all by yourself this time.
4863 to 3 stars.
Yeah! Go Bears!
5 stars in 1 minute. Red line's just bleeding blue. And there's only 1 team.
Good job! Go Bears! Yeah, baby!
There's 3 more stars. If they
Can't stop the diesel.
Go Bears! Yes! Woohoo! Woohoo!
And that's our principal, Mr. Roscoe. He likes to go all the competitions. He's excited about robotics, fully promote.
Yes! Go, go! It's okay, go past.
Red trying to get the star over, but blue stuck by the cube and can't get any
Go Bears!
stars. They knock it over.
Keep it up! Yes, yes, yes! Woo!
With almost 30 seconds remaining left in the match, red leading out to blue with only 1 team. They're
All right, all right. Throw it over. Yes! Woo! Woo!
What an incredible comeback.
Look at that! Woo! Yay, Bears!
4, 3, 2, 1. I have never seen this before. Only 1 red robot cleaning house with blue. Congratulations, guys.
And that's just a little glimpse of, you know, how exciting the competitions are when you go into our VEX IQ and VEX robotics competitions. We also have an award-winning dance team. Ms. Dunn's dance team is one of the biggest teams that we have here on campus. They have over 200 students in the program. And so she teaches full-time because her program is so popular that she makes sure she doesn't leave anybody out. You don't have to have any experience to join. Students join without knowing one thing about dance, and she teaches them everything about choreography, movements, and then even reading about the history of dance. And so a lot of our students move on to go to high schools like Ramon Cortina's Performing Arts and other various performing arts schools because of the type of skills that they learn in her program. They always compete in the Sharp International Las Vegas amongst other competitions. They won first and second place 2 years in a row for group performances and student choreography. She also invites a lot of different teams to come and mentor students, and also different dance organizations come and share their knowledge in workshops with students. So I'll give you a little glimpse of what it looks like when you go into her performances.
I mean, he was Adam, I think I was Eve, but my vision ends with the apple on the tree. S on my chest cause I'm ready to save him, ready to give up on anybody that plays him, and I think I love him. Click.
And this is an example of when students get together and dance and add creativity and add a little bit of who they are into their choreography. We also have our RC racing team course, in where students learn how to modify radio remote control cars. These are professional cars used by students across the country. They work along with 1080 education. And so our coaches are trained through 1080 and they bring their knowledge to the classroom, and where students learn how to modify these cars so they go a lot faster. So the average car goes about 30 miles per hour, but after they've learned and applied all their engineering skills and make modifications, the cars can go much faster. Our team is the first place in Los Angeles and in the state, and they are also second and third place. So our V12 all-girls team is second place in the nation. Our Fright Bears team is third place in racing in the nation. Right before the pandemic, 2 of our teams that were invited to go to the International 1080 League in Shanghai, China. Unfortunately, because of the pandemic, we were not able to go, but they would have been there February 2020 if this wouldn't have happened. And so just the fact that they got invited was such a thrill. We also have our advanced music program directed by Mr. Serrato, former U.S. Marine Corps band member. Our students can take band, beginning band, advanced band, orchestra, strings, beginning strings. But aside from learning how to play an instrument, how to read music, they also create their own music through various project-based learning projects. And they perform yearly in different community events in here at our school. Our students also take part in the JPL Globe Science Fair. They won California state champions twice. And our students create their own research questions. They conduct their own research, and then they present it to JPL scientists.
We're here at NASA's Jet Propulsion Lab for the Globe Pacific Regional Science Fair 2016.
We experimented and were able to see it in a visual way, see different satellites, the missions, what they do. It's just like limitless. It's amazing.
I feel like we learn more when we use our own hands to do experiments.
It's amazing. You get to experiment on your own instead of someone telling you what's going to happen, which is really boring.
This was much more hands-on, which I think is nice because I learn better when I'm actually doing things. And so this was really nice.
A lot of programs like JPL Globe Science Fair are programs that our teachers brought to students because they saw the eagerness they had to use their skills in a more broader atmosphere. And so just going to JPL itself is such an honor for students. The reason we could offer 2 electives is because we have a unique class schedule. It's an 8-period block schedule. And so that gives way for students to be in classes for a little bit longer than the traditional 55 minutes. They're actually in their classes for 88 minutes and they go to 4 periods per day. This gives them less stress because they're focusing more on only 4 subjects. And it also gives them ample time to be with their teacher and cover concepts in depth. Some schools are just transitioning to the 8-period block schedule. We've been in the 8-period block schedule for over 7 years. And the reason a lot of other schools are now adapting this schedule is because they see the benefits of being in the classes longer, because you make a stronger connection as a teacher with your students, and students are able to go deep into each of the concepts that they're teaching. On day 1, students have the traditional math, English, science, and an elective class. On day 2, students go to math, history, PE, and visual and performing arts elective. Now, where it says science, engineering elective, visual performing arts elective, you don't necessarily have to get one from each of the categories. We highly recommend it, but you don't have to. And the reason we recommend it is because, we show them examples of engineers who do different projects and where they have to focus on the engineering science aspect, but they also have to transfer that information into something visual so that they could present it to their colleagues. So on day 1, students go to their math class, English class, science class, and an elective. On day 2, they go to math, history, PE, and another elective. Now we have them labeled as science, engineering elective and visual performing arts elective, but you don't necessarily have to do that. There's some students that just prefer to focus on one category. We just highly recommend the exposure to two different types of electives. Our first math session is a lecture and learning a new concept. Our second math session for the next day is more of an informal reteaching, learning, tutoring type of setting. Our English teachers also teach history. The reason that our teachers are also teaching the history classes is because those students who they have for English on the next day meet with them for history, learn historical concepts like themes and cover history material, but they're still focusing on Common Core standards such as writing, analyzing, claim, evidence, reasoning type of techniques. And so they're getting history context in English type of setting, in an English class type of setting. Students all take physical education. You can choose from sports, PE, or dance PE. We also offer the dual language immersion program with a STEAM curriculum. And what this means is if your child is currently enrolled in a dual language Spanish program in their elementary school or is interested in becoming part of the dual language program, they can come to our school and still have the STEAM curriculum because they will still have the same type of project-based learning instruction as they would in our regular magnet program. The only difference for this program is that students have one elective that they choose because the other elective is already designated as a Spanish elective. So if they went to another middle school, they're most likely only going to have a Spanish elective and not be able to explore other avenues because it's a mandatory elective and most middle schools only have one elective. At our school, because we have the 2 elective format, then they're able to choose one on their own. So they'll have math, English, science, and a Spanish elective. Then they have math, and here's where it becomes unique. They have history in Spanish, so the content is taught in Spanish. And then they have PE in Spanish to improve their conversational skills in that language. And then their elective choice. If you are interested in the dual language program, you need to apply via magnet application to earn points. And what that means is that you could fill out our dual language application, but if your child is accepted to our school, they won't accumulate magnet points. So what you want to do is go directly to the echoices.lausd.net, apply for Irving STEAM Magnet. And once you get in, we'll move you into the dual language program. This way, when you're in 8th grade, you already have your full magnet points for attending a magnet middle school, and it'll be easier to get into your high school of choice. Our unique curriculum offers students different exposures to different electives, and the exposure to electives transferred into students starting to understand what type of careers they're interested in and what type of high school they might be looking into getting to after their 8th grade year. We also have data that reflects that our curriculum increases their academic growth in the English language arts and math SBAC. We're high on project-based learning. That means students have the opportunity to create projects, to do a lot of hands-on, to do critical thinking and communication and collaboration with with their friends and add creativity. We write in all subject matters, including PE and electives. So there's always a writing component in all our classes, and this is so students continue to work on their writing skills. We have intervention and support programs during school and after school, also on the weekends. So students don't have to feel like they're falling behind and they're all alone. We're here to support them. We also like to do intervention during the school day so students have a lot more time for extracurricular activities after school ends. During their 8th grade year, we invite students to our College Bound Bears trips, and where we go visit different universities and have students meet professors and be part of the classes and labs. So they start getting excited about college and start choosing colleges that they might be interested in. And this makes it easier for us to advise them on their academic plan for their 4 years in high school. Our secret is that we have an awesome STEAM curriculum that is engaging, and we also focus on the whole child. So we believe that students should come to school feeling safe, happy, and excited to go to school. And what we've seen is we have a 96% attendance rate, and this is because students are so excited to come to their elective class, or to come to a school club, or to come to their English class because they're doing a mystery project. And so that transfers into good attendance and more engaged learners. So our students on average gain 62 points over a period of 2 years at our school. This is the average, and it's not just gifted students, Title I students, special education students, ELD students. All our students show a significant increase in their academic points in math. If you compare this with the district and the state, you'll see the huge gap from the average points that students increase each year or every 2 years to what they're increasing at Irving. So at Irving, like I mentioned, is 62 points average gain over a period of 2 years. For LAUSD is an average gain of 26 points. So you see a huge difference right there. And then for California statewide in math SBAC scores, students go up about 24 points in a period of 2 years. So our program is very rigorous, but it's really, it's designed in a way where students can go at their own pace and learn the concepts in depth. So it's more deeper learning than just kind of getting the assignments done and moving on. It's a really good program. And our high school students end up going to high school and going straight into geometry. We have the same results for English language arts. Over a period of 2 years, our students gain an average of 69 points. For LAUSD, the average is 44 points, and for the state is 40. And so big significant growth in our SBAC scores because we're doing a lot of writing in the classroom. We're doing a lot of communication and collaboration, and students are discussing what they're learning. They're just not transferring it to paper or to a Google Doc. They're actually talking about what they're learning and creating projects at the end that show what they've learned and what they've mastered. And so this transfers to the SBAC scores. And this is great because then when they go to high school, they have this in their transcripts and they can show the huge academic growth. Our 8th graders place 2nd place in the MASC SBAC CASP exam. Our GATE students show a significant growth in the 3-year span that they're at Irving compared to other high achieving schools in the area. According to the school experience survey, there's a lot of chances for our school to be involved. And this is based on student, staff, and parent feedback. Our students also feel safe at our campus, and parents and students feel like we provide high quality instruction. And even during distance learning, we were getting these high points because the transition from the classroom to home was a lot smoother for our students because our students were already exposed to the different educational online platforms. We do provide the opportunity for students to go with our Irving teachers to Washington, D.C. and New York City. We have an intervention program and support team that really does a lot of outreach. So we have live Zoom tutoring classes. One thing that we learned from distance learning is that Zoom is a great platform to use to make tutoring accessible to all students. So even though we have in-person tutoring on the weekends and after school, we also have live Zoom tutoring for students who can't make it to campus. And so that continues to be very popular, even though we're we're not in distance learning. For students who are serving quarantine due to these COVID positive test results or being exposed, we have live Zoom academic support from our college and career coach and math coach. We are moving into a 2-to-1 technology plan. And what that means is we're purchasing more Chromebooks so that students have a Chromebook to have at home and they can leave at home so they can use for projects and distance learning or any other educational platforms they want to access. But when they come to school, they'll also have Chromebooks in their classroom. So our teachers have Chromebook cards so that students can use. So instead of dragging their Chromebook back and forth, they'll be able to keep it at home. We offer project-based learning kits for all students. And we also do a lot of social emotional curriculum. So we make sure that students are working on reducing stress, on reducing anxiety, on making new friends, on showing empathy. And we also have school clubs that we offer students to join so they can start making new friends and make those connections. And so those are pretty popular. We have workshops for parents and students so they can learn about the latest educational platforms. And we also do different informational sessions on how to choose different high schools when they get to the 8th grade. We're able to offer our students all these different programs and such an exciting curriculum because we do have an amazing staff of teachers. Our teachers are very passionate about teaching, about reaching out to their students. They're very in touch with the community. And they also come up with ideas that they hear from students. So our students have a lot of student voice. We have many clubs where students can join. We have the chess club, the anime club, the Minecraft club, the movie club, the Smash Brothers Pokemon club, which is super popular, the board game clubs. And then our library is always open. For all L.A.C.E.R students who are interested in staying after school, we have the L.A.C.E.R after school program. All students are eligible and it's a free program that is from Monday through Friday from 3 p.m. to 6 p.m. And on Tuesdays, we have early dismissal, which is 12:33. The program begins at 12:33 until 6 p.m. They also offer different classes such as art classes, rock band, cooking class, tools for peace, which shows students how to manage stress and practice mindfulness. And we also have our team divisions through L.A.C.E.R after school program, and students are able to compete in different middle schools around, LAUSD, and they have fun doing so. And transportation and uniforms and everything is free for their sports program. And so it's a really fun program to learn about. You can go to our website and see some of the videos and classes that they offer. Irving STEAM Magnet offers students a unique place to learn, to express their creativity, and just explore. This age, middle school, is such an important age for them to explore because this is where they start developing career interest. We have many partners that we work with in the community and which we appreciate because not only they donate to some of our programs, but they bring their knowledge and they share with us what they're doing in their organization, and we're able to transfer that knowledge into the classroom. I'll be holding live Zoom sessions. You'll get an overview kind of like what I gave today, and you'll also be able to do live Q&A. And so we invite you to any of our many live sessions. If you're interested in a tour, you can also give us a call. Just don't forget, November 12th is the last day to apply for early enrollment for magnet programs. So whether you choose Irving or you choose any other school, it's important that between October 1st and November 12th, you make that decision and you apply to any magnet school of your choice. You can do that by visiting echoices.lausd.net. You can also visit eChoices, and there's a list where you can find schools, and it tells you how many seats they have available, and it gives you a link to their virtual tours or their pre-recorded presentations like this one. You can get more information on our website. You can find all the videos that I showed you today on our website and more. You can give us a call at 323-259-3701 or call us at 818-253-1690. Thank you for your time, and we hope you become an Irving Bear.